Hello and welcome. I'm really excited to share this with you. So in LiveNX, there isn't really a good way or a way at all to change your site names. Right over here on the right side, here's our site management. We click on my home site and you've got details, address, etc. But you can't change the name. There's no way to do it. So what you would have to do is delete the site, make a new site, add the devices to it. There's other data in here. You've got description, tags, employees, everything else that's part of it that you'd have to put back in. Obviously, we don't want to do this, right? So, especially when you're managing a deployment with well over 1,000 sites, somebody wants a site changed. Maybe they want 10 sites changed. Maybe they want 100 sites changed. You got to make it easier. And that's what I did. Over here on the left, I made a script. And I'm not worried. It's got an API key in there, but that's just for my local server. So if you got in here and used it, whatever. What it does is let me just show you, right? So it's obviously, as you can see, it's not fully complete because it doesn't, like, I didn't have an argument here for it to handle, or two arguments there for it to handle. So maybe in the future, if there's interest in this, but I just want to get this out there, or at least, say that it's possible and maybe somebody else can do something more with it. Anyways, to skip right to the chase, got this script. And so there are two terms, two arguments that it takes. The first one is what it's searching for. So you don't need to put the entire name of the site, right? I could search for OME, or I could do capital. If I did lowercase, then grep might reject it. So I'm gonna go with that. And what it's gonna do is gonna take that site name, completely delete it, and replace it with your second argument. Just like that. So it does its thing. As you see, two API calls. Want to delete the site? Yes. And then it basically does this sort of to basically to save it. Yeah, I like to see it printed out. So if something goes wrong, I know where it went wrong. Post the new site info, good to go. And we can see it immediately. Reload the page. It's now called Home Modified. We've got the same devices, IP ranges, etc. The only thing that doesn't come over is business hours. That's because it's a little more. I don't want to get into it, but what you can do is there is an API endpoint for business hours fill, and let me just show that to you very quickly. So anything that doesn't have business hours, it'll automatically fill it with your default business hours. Post business hours fill. Fills in all sites with default if the site is not configured. So as long as everything's default and stuff like that, just do your thing. Apart from that, what you could do is since you have your site ID already from the script, you could do an additional put for your business hours. Good to go. Maybe I've just been too lazy to do that. In any case, that's how you can easily change site names. It was impossible before. It's still impossible to do it from the web UI, but very simple script. If you're interested, I could put this in the comments or the description of the video. It just seemed a little too much to put in the description, But if I get some comments, etc., go ahead and ask for it, and I'll modify it. Anyways, thank you. I hope you have a great day.